This is Battlefield REDSEC. We're here on the Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is a free-to-play Battle Royale Battlefield experience that is technically standalone from Battlefield 6, but it is in Battlefield 6. So you sort of can just get this and not play Battlefield 6. Or, you know, if you have Battlefield 6, it just kind of installs as some sort of parasitic form on top of your Battlefield 6 experience. So what they've done here is they've taken the... Well, it's just Warzone from Call of Duty. But what they've done is they have added the Apex Legends drop system overlaid on top of what is essentially... Battlefield 6's gameplay mechanics, and have created a battle royale based on that. This is the worst scenario I could imagine at the start of a match. That is crazy. Okay. And they give you a second chance because, you know, we're all casuals these days in battle royales, and you know, you gotta be given a second chance. You can't just die and accept it for emotional pain. Anyways, yeah, so it's very much your typical battle royale. The big difference being the battlefield destruction, the battlefield impacts. So if you ever played Warzone and you're like, oh, I'd really like to carve out this wall where this guy's hiding, you can do that. At the same time, there are some elements that are a bit weird. Like, it's got, say, the signature vehicles, but, like, you could potentially bring in a tank. Or, you know, sort of a tank form. You know, like a tank-like kind of thing. Is what I'm trying to get at. And it becomes a big problem because you literally cannot compete with that, and it just straight up like squad wipes, and that in itself can be problematic, as you'll just literally be eviscerated by the power of this tank. Can I take this shotgun? That's very nice of you to just let me have the shotgun. I appreciate that. So yeah, it's an interesting concept, gameplay-wise. I think you'll find it to be rather interesting because it's, you know, it's a big battle royale, so you drop in, it's the battlefield action. The setting's quite cool because it's a California-type area where you've got this ever kind of growing sort of storm, like wildfires, which seems kind of an interesting concept to go with, and you're kind of just pushing inwards, trying to survive, doing so in duos or quads or whatever sort of specific event thing they have going on at the given time. I think I'd rather carbine. Yeah. So, like, it's hard to say because there might be all kinds of different things that happen over time as far as things go. Because, you know, we sit here right now and I'm like, okay, this is, you know, duos and quads, but who's to say they won't do other modes and stuff, right? Like, there's the gauntlet, but there could be other things that happen over time as this stuff usually evolves and changes quite considerably. And I think mostly, like, balancing seems to be kind of a thing they should adjust here, as it does seem to have some balancing and or movement and type things that I think could be refined greatly for a better Battle Royale experience. But from a technical standpoint, this game is the exact same as the core Battlefield 6 experience. It's just going to be a little, I guess you would say, blurrier because it's a little bit more demanding, just due to the fact that it is a large open world where there's a lot going on. See, they can make large maps. Although this map, kind of for Battle Royale, I did think it would be larger, but it seems like it flows okay enough. So right now we're on the balanced mode, which is a 4K resolution at 60 FPS, but internally it's like 1080p to lower, much lower. And then we also have the performance mode, which is sort of my recommended mode. Sorry, the menu things on this are a little sticky. And you can do that here, and then you go to performance mode. There's also FOV settings, film grain, mouse and keyboard support. If you're wondering why I'm showing this all off, I'm literally right here, guys. Really? I'm literally right here. Seriously? Yeah, just leave me behind. no big deal. You know, it's not like I wanted to get into the vehicle or anything. So, yeah, I'm going over the settings if you're wondering, because some people will just play this because it's a free-to-play game outside of the realms of Battlefield 6. But from a technical standpoint, it is the exact same as Battlefield 6's settings, just pushed a little bit harder. But yeah, so performance mode 4K, it's targeting 120 FPS. Internally, it's more like a sub 1080. And it mostly hits like 90-ish FPS or so, depending on the scenario and what's going on. So it is targeting, you know, 120 and then goes down. So as you're fighting and surviving, the ring will close in, and you will slowly start to feel the pain of the fires. Well, the fires kind of just burn you. It's a lot more dangerous than other games' sort of zones. Oh, and there's, spatial sound and HDR and stuff, so the usual. I can actually get in here now? Yay, thanks guys. I mean, like, honestly, it kind of hurt my feelings that you were all just kind of hanging out here, not including me. But yeah, it's got all the Battlefield stuff. It's just like, as I said, it becomes quite overpowered if your team gets the right, like, thing, like I say, a tank, and it's just like, what do you do to fight that? It's, you haven't really been able to, and you know, meta and gameplay mechanics will evolve over time, obviously, but I haven't seen a team really capable of handling that thus far. Are you getting shot at? Maybe not. Anyways, it's a neat concept gameplay-wise. I like the setting quite a bit. I find it intriguing. You know, this sort of Californian area, this sort of fort, whatever it's called. It's a neat place. I actually kind of like the setting because it feels like an actual city area. I always felt that the Warzone environment was like a little sort of sterile and perhaps not like realistic as a place. Like Verdansk, I always thought was kind of like, it fit the Call of Duty theme, but it didn't really feel like a place where this would happen. Whereas here, it does feel like, for whatever reason, wildfire started and we decided to have a big battle royale fight in a regular city. I always imagined at some point we would get sort of a big downtown that we would fight in with skyscrapers and stuff. This isn't quite that, but we're getting gameplay-wise closer to that. If it sounds, you kind of get what I mean. Like, some of the maps even in this game sort of hit that vibe, where it's sort of like, you know, if there's walls, you can take them down, and it would be neat to fight with different layers. Obviously, that would be kind of boring too, because you'd have to go from like space to space in order to like find people and stuff, which would be annoying for downtown. You need higher player counts, blah 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 blah. But this one, it's just kind of neat because when you go into some of the spaces, we're doing all these objectives. The fire is getting closer. Okay, I guess we just don't care. As you get into these spaces, you're able to kind of see the sort of California-like vibe, if that makes sense, as you go into like different like businesses and stuff, and it's just like, it's a neat aesthetic and it's a neat combat zone, and it's really really quite interesting because it is so different from other battle royales. And you see somebody hiding on a second level, you can shoot through it. That in itself is kind of cool. You're dropping rewards, and then you've got these missions you're kind of doing, and like, it's a neat concept. And then of course it has the Battlefield staples, such as, oh, I'll upgrade my thing. Oh nope, never mind. I guess somebody else took that. That's okay. I didn't want that cool stuff anyways. The staples of like a class-based system in this one. I find that the medic class isn't quite as useful as it traditionally is for me in this one compared to other things, but you know, that's why I'm rocking assault. But it is kind of cool that the classes are integrated into this and actually do function to a degree or have a point to them. And it's just like, it is distinctly Battlefield, and it does work well enough for what it is. I'm very curious to see the long term of this, to see how well this does as far as like, you know, gameplay mechanics, the meta, the changing of the gameplay. I can definitely see them removing tanks though. It's just, it really is like, you're gonna see us kind of rip and tear is what we kind of been building towards. And like, I like the setup of it, I like the combat of it, I like the scope of it. Visually, it looks okay. Performance-wise, you know, it's so-so at times, but I like what they got going on. I think there's a lot of potential with this one. It's just stuff like, again, you're gonna see here is just so unbalanced. Like, usually, I mean, maybe we'll be incredibly unlucky in the tank, but usually you just, like, rip and tear all the other teams, and it's just, like, an easy W. Oh, they're getting one, too. So, yeah, the whole game... See, it's funny, because, like, it seems like most games for this stuff... Like, Warzone is all about getting your loadout. This game's all about just getting armor. This is really cool, because I haven't seen too many armor battles going on. I'm technically useless here, because... You know, I'm just, I don't have any, like, anti-armor or anything, but we messed those guys up. So I'm practically useless, but, kind of funny. Anyways, no, the Battle Royale's neat. It's just, to me, I'd much prefer something that's, like, infantry, and if you are in vehicles, it is, like, ATVs or Jeeps or something. While this does fit more with the Battlefield theme, it does feel kind of like the meta of it. Just, it feels like unless you're specifically designed... We have no ammo in this thing? Unless you're specifically designed to be based around... Well, I'm assuming all the meta is going to change around these tanks. It just seems weird, because, like, you just get caught flat-footed. Although I don't know why our teammate decided to, like, not... Well, I guess maybe we were injured and we couldn't move because the airstrike. I was like, what is going on here? Everybody's dead, so we're gonna have to jump into another... Oh, no! He's alive. Never mind. I thought it was over. Don't fight them, just go for the revive of the team. What are you doing? Go to the redeploy thing. Why are you even alerting them to your presence that you survived and you're escaping? Sometimes I wonder. But you didn't even need to go after that. Okay, whatever. Alright, the Warzone continues as we drop in. Once again, yeah, I know it is really uncanny how it is, like, straight up the jump master and everything was, like, straight up ripped from Apex. I mean, you would probably leverage that team's expertise, considering they're all within the realms of Battlefield series. I love that there's a golf course. That's a very Battlefield kind of thing. I don't know, it's kind of a... It's a neat gameplay experience. It really is. Like, I see a lot of potential with this. I am curious how people are gonna... I'm gonna do the league solo because the guy's not playing, obviously. Really curious to see how it's all gonna pan out as far as, like, changes over time. And as I said, it's really cool to be here in an environment that feels like an actual sort of city. And California, I guess, as a place makes sense because so many people are familiar with its aesthetic and, you know, what it is, and it just adds like a nice layering to the conflict that is different from other Warzone scenarios. And that I find it kind of intriguing. I'd love to actually play a version of this with absolutely no tank type things though, because I'm not sure I like that meta, but I might be kind of the odd one out on that, and maybe people are already coming up with all kinds of strategies to easily deal with that sort of stuff, but I've just seen quite a few tank-based squad wipes. So one of our guys straight up just, yeah, our jump master I think wasn't playing, or did he get shot when he came down? Hard to say. Okay, let's get out of this building. Thought there would be something cool, I guess not. And the scope of it's kind of neat. It really is. You get to just see this vibe. How would a fire grow around like this? Like, it's the world. Is there like a meteor that hit the world and we're just kind of waiting for the end of it all? Or it's kind of curious how there's like this encompassing like fire circle that's coming towards us like this. Oh no. Xbox, why you do me like that? No! Alright, let's try this again. Xbox Series X. Alright, let's do it, team. Our squad's ready. I can't wait till they start adding some of the fun skins like Beavis and Butthead and stuff. It's gonna be great. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, let's try this again, team. I switched to the balance mode because hopefully that balance will bring balance so it's not crashing. Well, you know, it's just what it is. Alright, let's do it. Time is the jump leader, of course. This is gonna be somebody that's actually playing, or... Okay, are you gonna drop us, or are you just thinking about it, Time? We're going down. Jump team away. This is a tight formation. That's decently nice looking. I'll definitely give them that. Yeah, it's a neat sort of change up for battle royale games. It's definitely something a little bit unique and different, and the setting looks kind of cool, and it's a little bit more colorful and vibrant, and it's got that Battlefield edge to it. I'm really curious to see what happens. You know, I'm wondering how this is going to fare in the very busy open market of battle royale games. Is our guy already dead? We just dropped like half a second ago. Wow, that was really dumb of me. I basically just broke my knees. That was like a really, really good grenade. Oh, I'm dead too, yeah. Yeah, I never would have thought about getting flanked like that. It's so funny because it's like, it's definitely Battlefield, but you could really see the, like the Warzone stuff of it, and then the Apex stuff. It's like this Frankenstein monster. It's so odd to be coming in so late into the Battle Royale genre. Because I feel like it's already kind of peaked, it's sort of cascaded down, but maybe they're able to really take a look at what didn't work and what worked for other ones, and then, you know, apply that for this. And yeah, it's okay. That's the biggest thing I want you to take away from this, is it's an okay take on it. I don't think it really does anything new or necessarily like thrilling and exciting, but it gets the job done. I do like the destruction element of it. I think that's really quite cool. Can I not pull my parachute and then bring it up? Like, that's annoying. I like to usually like rip it and bring it up and rip it again, but yeah, you get a great sense of scale, and the environments are kind of cool. It's definitely got that California type vibe, doesn't it? That is for sure. But I guess it's mostly going to be interesting to see like people are having like fun with it, if it continues to grow, what sort of event things they do, and how this kind of evolves down the road. That's the biggest thing, is not just necessarily the launch, but what they do after the launch, and how the sort of game changes and adjusts based on the community and what people are liking and how the meta is. And yeah, I'd say my thing is just kind of like the vehicle stuff feels really unbalanced, but I like the spaces. It's neat because it's like probably one of the better looking battle royales we have these days. Like, it's actually pretty visually clean and kind of technically impressive, and then there's all these different rooms that actually have stuff in them. There was an enemy there, but you know, what am I going to kill them with? A stun grenade? That's definitely having some issues getting some weapons, I'll tell you that much. Oh, there's more bad guys that way. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it here. This is not good. I literally do not have a gun or anything. That's what happens sometimes, you know, you come down and there's just literally no weapons. This place is just looted. Here in Warzone, I can usually get a gun. Oh, this is rough. I wanted a gun. And the upgrade system's kind of neat too, and the attachment system's kind of distinct because you do that through your upgrades, and I would show you that, but I can't get a weapon, and all it does is crash over and over again. Okay, well, this is depressing. Yeah, I literally just no guns. Everything's just kind of picked dry out here. You know, it's a big, bold Californian area of warfare, but no weaponry for me. That is for sure, but I can't wait to see how this one evolves and changes over time in Battlefield.